either the Republican or the Democratic candidate are going to be elected. Do you think that either one of the two are going to be better for your shop?
Oh my, that's going to
And
be
that's
hard.
kind of a loaded question, but
Yeah, because, and I will be perfectly honest.
Hello, Silver fans. This is T, and you're in the place to be for silver education, acquisition, and entertainment. Hey, thanks for watching, everybody. Here I am once again, coming to you from the great state of Indiana, in the heart of the Midwest. I am sharing the thoughts and opinions of not only myself, but Chell from Smith's Coins in Lafayette. Hey, if you like these type of videos, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow me on Whatnot. Chell, how's it going?
Not too bad, T. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, pretty good. It's been a while, and it's good to be
Yes.
back in the shop. What's been happening lately?
Oh my, what hasn't been happening?
Yeah, spot price of silver, up, and then down,
And then back up again.
it's
and
topsy-turvy, isn't it?
Yes. Keeps you on your toes.
Yeah, and then gold. Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I was kind of wondering to myself, will gold hit $3,000 or $2,000 first? It's right in the middle. I kind of lean towards the $3,000 camp. I don't really see it being, going back down to two.
Hopefully not, but then you've got the people that want it to go back down so they can buy back in again, and then
Yeah.
you've got the ones that bought in a little high and they're like, nope, it needs to keep going up because otherwise I'm going to lose money. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's both ways.
Yeah, and it's so hard to predict because there's so many factors that go into it.
Oh yeah.
World factors, global factors,
Yep.
And here in this country, oh my goodness.
Well, then you have the Fed say, okay, so we're not hiking interest rates right now, but we could be cutting them soon, and so you never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
And then for a time, it's like gold used to go in inverse of the stock market, but now they're both going up and up and up. So it's
And
really
then they
hard.
both go down, down, down.
Yeah, it's really hard to see any patterns. So
Oh yeah. Oh, yeah.
my best advice to anybody regarding precious metals, and you've been doing this a heck of a lot longer than me, but feel free to weigh in. But I say, just buy what you can when you can, and don't get caught up in those daily numbers.
Exactly.
What's the public doing? Are they coming in buying, selling, mixture of both?
They're doing a little bit of both.
Okay.
Lately, it's been kind of heavy on the selling side,
Uh-huh.
and of course, when you've got heavy selling, especially like on $20 gold pieces and some of that stuff, the premiums disappear,
Ah,
and of course that upsets everybody because well, why are you paying this low? And we're like, we've got more supply now than we've got demand, especially on the $20 gold pieces.
yeah.
You call the wholesalers and they're very weak on them, and there's just more of them out there than people are buying currently.
Yeah.
More selling than are purchasing on those.
That's really, that premium going down is really across the board. Even with one of my little niches, the area that I like is vintage silver.
Oh yeah.
And as a buyer, I'm happy that I was able to pick up some really nice pieces, for way less than I would have a year and a half ago.
Right.
Silver price aside, the premiums have come way down.
Yeah.
And as the dealer was selling them to me, he was kind of lamenting, well, these would have gone for $450 last year,
Right.
but I'm selling them to you for $350 now. So.
Right. Yep. Because we had some come in recently, and you'll get a look here in a few minutes. I have some vintage pieces, but
Yeah.
there's nobody wanting to buy right now at that level.
Yeah.
But if you look on eBay, there's recent sales for what we're asking for them, but there's nobody locally that's interested currently. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, and you know what? Here we are in the middle of the country, and for those who don't know, we're in Lafayette, Indiana, a stone's throw from Indianapolis. When I lived in Indianapolis was a test site for a lot of new products. So if, like, for example, Doritos wanted to come out with a new flavor,
Yep.
a lot of times they would test it out in Indianapolis, see if the Midwest palate liked it, and
Right.
if we did, it would go national. And this is what's happening in your shop is a really good litmus test as to what's going on in the rest of the country.
Oh yeah, and being part of the dealer network that I'm part of, I get to see, without revealing anything, what's going on in different parts of the country, because that all feeds into a group that we're all part of. So we kind of get to see what's going for, what sells for what where.
Okay, so you're receiving information from around the country.
Yeah.
Do you trade with people from around the country based on what they need and you have, or vice versa?
We do.
Okay.
Do. It just depends. I've got certain dealers that are strong buyers of, say, graded silver American Eagles. Well, if I don't need them locally, I wholesale them. They're out of here, and
Boom.
he's got a market for them.
Well, that's
So
cool.
it's very handy.
Anything weird or interesting come through the shop lately, or
Weird or
interesting characters, or?
Well, I have a couple of 3.23 ounce skulls, silver skulls.
Yeah, I see
They
them.
are gorgeous.
I'll tell you what, those caught my eye.
Yes, these are some chunky little guys.
Yeah, who did those?
They are, well, let me peel the little sticker off here.
Uh-huh.
Those are YPS.
YPS.
And they are chunky little
I'm trying
guys.
to remember, who is YPS?
And I know the answer to that, and
Something
it's
poured silver.
It's evaporated out of my
Oh,
brain.
Jaeger. Now I see the little logo. Jaeger poured silver.
Yes.
And I've been pouring some silver, but man, this is well done. Bravo.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
I like the slight toning in the eyes and
and the
nose,
crevices and the
yes.
jawline there. Yeah, that is well done.
I still like the ones that have the Hispanic flower stuff. Those
the
those
sugar
are
skull.
Yes, those are so cool. I like those.
Yeah,
I like all the
it's
colors.
about time to start pouring some more of those because Halloween's coming up, Day of the Dead's coming up.
Yes, and then of course
did that walk in off the door?
Those did come in off the street.
Okay.
And then of course your 12-ounce chunks.
Oh yeah.
Of silver that we get in. We get in stuff like this.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as other cool stuff, did get our 2024 Morgan and Peace dollars in, so they're here.
Mm-hmm. As far as what people are they buying the numismatics? Are they buying bullion? And what are people coming in more for?
We still have our collectors that buy their key coins and are working on their sets.
Mm-hmm.
Still doing a lot of the silver out of the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff that's 3 over spot.
Yeah.
The common everyday stuff, and that still seems to be pretty popular.
Mm-hmm.
That and the 90%.
You know what? Let me ask you a question, and I don't want my audience to misconstrue, because this isn't a political channel. If you want to watch politics, go to your respective channels and your sources.
Yep.
But I'm just kind of curious if you have any take on, and because you've been doing this you grew up in the business, you've seen lots of administrations, lots of presidents, you've seen conservative, you've seen liberal, you've seen it all over the years. For the next several months it's going to be crazy, but eventually either the Republican or the Democratic candidate are going to be elected. Do you think that either one of the two are going to be better for your shop? Like, hey, if he gets elected, there's a reason more people will come in and buy bullion. Or do you think if she gets elected, hey, it is what it is, but more people will come into the shop?
That's going to be
And that's
hard.
kind of a loaded question, but
because, and I will be perfectly honest, most of your stackers are Republicans.
Mm-hmm.
Just from listening to the ones that come in.
Yeah.
Most of them lean that direction.
I consider myself
Yes.
fiscally conservative. Yes. I don't like government waste.
No.
That stuff really ticks me off.
Yep.
And
Exactly.
stacking is saving.
Yes.
That's a fiscally conservative habit / lifestyle / choice.
Right.
So yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. I'm one of those, bills first, everything else second.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of one of those, and I hadn't been out to grab breakfast in a while, and I went through one of the local drive-thrus this morning, got the same thing I'd always gotten, and went, they raised the price yet again.
Yep.
Something's gonna have to give somewhere at some point.
Yeah.
But yeah. I see a lot of our customers, not all of them, a lot lean towards the conservative side, and they're stacking for savings and for security, and yes.
So if the conservative candidate gets elected, do you think they'll just kind of say status quo? And if the liberal candidate gets elected, they'll say, oh, all hell's going to break loose. We better start stacking even more now?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. Because I right now I know there's still a lot of people that are scared of what is going to transpire in the very near future.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, look at world politics.
Yeah.
We've still got there's conflicts going on all over the Middle East and unfortunately Israel.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what's going to happen there.
Yeah.
And irregardless of what happens here,
sure,
there's still concerns for what's going on abroad.
Yeah.
And it's not just the Middle East, it's everything abroad. It's the whole world right now.
And so typically when there's doubt, turmoil, and tragedy and uncertainty around the world, whether it's at home or globally, people tend to want to move towards the safe haven assets,
Precious
silver and
metals,
gold.
yeah. Because I've heard a lot of them too say, the world trading currency is going to change, and so a lot of them are leery of that.
Mm-hmm.
What's going to happen with that? Are we going to get away from the U.S. dollar? And if we do, what's going to happen? And so there's still a lot of uncertainty there as well.
Yeah.
We've gotten some nice collector coins in.
Uh-huh.
I did get. I've got a bunch of the high relief Liberties from 2017 that came in graded, and we still have some of the Morgan and Peace dollars. But
Do you send stuff in to get graded?
We do. We're an authorized dealer for both PCGS and NGC, so we do submit stuff for customers. We submit stuff for ourselves as well. Most of the time, it's if it's something we know is a highly counterfeited coin, like the key coins to sets and stuff, they'll get sent in. Or if there's one that $3 gold pieces, you send those in because there's more fake ones than there are real ones.
Oh wow!
So
okay,
yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
So,
I didn't realize
the old
that.
$3 gold pieces. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And just out of curiosity, if I gave you a Libertad and I asked you to send it in, what's the charge for that?
Between the grading company's return shipping and insurance, the grading fees, and our outbound shipping and insurance, you're probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $100 a coin.
Wow.
So the big guys that submit in bulk can get those fees down because you're distributing your shipping and insurance over a larger number of coins. The grading fees go down as you bulk submit. The onesie-twosie stuff is where it gets expensive because they're charging you on a per coin basis instead of a bulk lot. So all of your shipping charge, all of your insurance charge goes on one coin instead of 40 or 50 coins.
Oh, good to know. Good to know.
So that's why, unless there's a drastic price jump between this grade and this one, you don't want to grade the common stuff unless there's going to be a huge price jump between one grade and the next, because it's not economically feasible.
Yeah, so if you go from a 67 to a 68,
and the price jump is only this.
Yeah, even if the price jumps 100, all you're doing is breaking even at that point, and well, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Is it worth it? That's the question.
Yep, is it worth it?
All right, Chell. Well, I appreciate the hospitality here, and like I said, I'm going to do some shopping and then show the viewers what I purchased, and we'll go from there.
Well, we appreciate you coming back. We missed you.
Oh, it's always a pleasure.
Thanks, T.
You got it. Hey, special thank you to these channel members who support my efforts to bring you videos just like this one. If you'd like to become a channel member and help support, there's info in the video description. And thank you for watching. Now let me show you what I picked up at Chell's shop. Some of this is to melt in my silver furnace. Others are for my upcoming Whatnot auction. There's info on that in the video description. I'll see you tonight on Whatnot.